up in the morning, how do you act? Are you excited about your day or immediately stressed out? Perhaps your alarm clock rescued you from a nightmare, but then that nightmare worsened as you opened your eyes and realized the stressors facing your day. Life is such the juggling act. Struggles and juggles on every hand. You find yourself either entering a struggle in the midst of another or coming out of yet one other. I know many of you relate to this, yes? I've been there. I started corporately as a military officer and went to the private sector as an entrepreneurial businesswoman, consultant, and community leader, in addition to homeschooling all 9 of my children. We homeschooled due to the numerous military moves. But your stressors are no different than mine. And today, you will find rest as I show you how to move into 3 concepts that will help you also to take the struggle out of your juggle. You will gain as I share with you these 3 concepts, the ACT that you need. And remember, your success depends largely on what act you choose to take to your struggle. My first advice to you is to never enter a struggle without the right A. A, attitude of the indomitable. Such people live lives with this mantra: I'm not giving up. I will not fail. Well, I was a cadet about to go through military encampment, which is a requirement for becoming an officer. How many of you enjoy tent camping? You know, driving the stakes in the ground. Great, great. Not this woman. When I go camping, I need an electric socket and a fan. Thank you very much. Well, I was immediately stressed, but I was also under heavy scrutiny by officers who examined daily my leadership aptitude in addition to my physical stamina to see if I would be able to keep up with the task. I competed with everyone in that encampment physically. But the worst test came when they taught us how to eat live slugs. My mama once told me that what don't kill you makes you stronger. I don't know how much strength can be gained from slug juice on your lips. Nonetheless, I would never have made it were it not for the A, the attitude of the indomitable. Well, I took that home to the private sector when my military husband, after 24 years of duty, retired and could not find work. We found ourselves taking our 9 children from our commodious dream home into a 2-bedroom, minimally maintained farmhouse in the country, complete with gas leaks, overflowing sewage, and insect infestations. I mean, we actually could hear the termites gnawing on the other side of the wall. Worse yet, the scorpions that dropped like depth charges from the overhead heat registers. Being from Michigan, I really thought that scorpions were just these zodiac creatures. These monsters were stinging my babies. Gave me an attitude of the indomitable. But it's not about me. It's about you. What about you? You might not have scorpions dropping on your head, but what attitude do you take when your back is against the wall? Do you have defeat and resignation? Or is it the attitude, I'm not giving up. I will not fail. If you can't have it on the positive there, you might need to do an attitude check. Do that before moving into the next concept, which is the C that you take into the struggle. C for commitment of focus. This is where you manage the struggle. You manage it so that you can understand what really needs to be juggled. Again, now being in the military, I learned specific focus. What this happened to be was not about the time clock, not about physical fatigue, not about the terrible work environments that we sometimes found ourselves in. It had nothing to do with me liking the boss and nothing to do with issues that I left on the home front. When duty called, those received lesser focus. But commitment of focus meant details were in the duty, honing my skills, being concerned for my buddies, and everything that impacted the overarching mission of duty, honor, and country. I did take that commitment home, and I want to share that with you. I want to give you a snapshot, about 60 seconds of what my day looks like. 5 o'clock, wake up, exercise. 6 o'clock, kids, wake up. Ian, breakfast for oatmeal. You four, set the table. Valeria, frozen chicken in the crock pot for dinner. Let's eat breakfast. Yum, yum. 7 o'clock, time for school. You've got math. You've got spelling. And you've got a runny nose. 10 o'clock, recess. Let's go outside and play basketball. 9 kids, 2 teams. Go. 12 o'clock, lunchtime. Yum, yum. 1 o'clock, drive kids to piano lessons. 3 o'clock, drive kids home from piano lessons. 5 o'clock, dinner time. You four set the table. Valeria, chicken from the crock pot. The chicken is still frozen. You forgot to turn it on. Ian, oatmeal for dinner. 6 o'clock, in-town business meeting. Think. 7 o'clock, dinner date with my husband. Yum, yum, wink, wink. 8 o'clock, back home, bedtime for the kids. Good night, I love you. Good night, I love you. Good night, I love you, you, and you. As I gather my energies and breath by the end of the day, I'm thankful that I used commitment of focus to manage it. But again, this is really not about me. What about you? You might not have 9 kids, do you? But the issue is, what committed focus do you take into the challenge when you are overwhelmed? Do you allow panic to cause you to run amok in busybody initiatives? Or do you plan what you will attack, which is the most important issue? If you cannot answer on the positive, you need to look at your commitment of focus. And now, as you move into the T, which is the tenacity to do whatever it takes, realize that you sometimes must stop at almost nothing to get beyond the struggle. Oh, I learned this on active duty when my boss, my colonel, would come to me at the end of the duty day with massive projects expecting that they be done yesterday. Oh, I remember as a naive new lieutenant raising my hand with no ideas in these meetings and being given the "you're in charge of that one" command. And as a soldier, you're expected to obey the orders of those appointed over you. You get the job done. I took that into the private sector, yes, because my husband now, having been out of work for nearly a year, found that we hit financial rock bottom. And we knew that without ferocious tenacity to do whatever it takes, we would not survive. So while my husband took additional night jobs, I brushed off my math degree and went into the math tutoring arena. I taught adult night classes in the entire family, scrubbed toilets, manicured lawns, washed windows, sold scrap metal, and took humbly the donations of clothing and food that came our way. And I learned how to do more with a pinto bean than a monkey can do with a banana. It was about the tenacity. Again, this is so about you. What do? You may not be in the military and have financial crises. Still, what do you do? How do you exhibit the tenacity that you need when the odds are stacked high against you? Do you let go of your dreams? Or do you dig in and give whatever it takes to get the job done? That's the positive tenacity that you need. So there you have it. You have gained all that I knew about taking the struggle to the juggle. All you need is the right A for attitude, C for commitment, and T for tenacity. So much of your success depends largely on which act you decide to take into your struggle. Master these concepts, and the next time that you awaken, may it be the most exciting day of your life. Thank you.